Yeah, we got to start early today. We got a whole bunch of people suggesting stuff. I seem to have broken Magma Studio already. Welcome back, everybody. It's Wednesday. Excuse me. Just ate an apple. Now I got the apple's burps. Great way to start the stream. Bionic, welcome. How are you? Uh-oh. Yes, I understand now. Okay. I almost sent the internet to the wrong thing. Interact. Let me set this up real quick. Erase that. Close that. Shrink that. Close that. Okay. We're gonna get all set up. Bri, hello. Have a great day, everyone. You as well. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the tip. I will do my stretches. I'm gonna start doing stretches, which is probably less entertaining than me lifting weights because you can hear the weights at least. Me doing stretches is just like me moving my arms around. I did have the rubber bands set up this morning. I got a bunch of big surgical bands to do some stretches with. That's good. But I'm always scared I'm going to whack myself in the face with that. So thank you, Brian. I do appreciate that. Thank you for keeping this channel up and running. It's a lot of fun. We have a huge list of people suggestions today. People's suggestions? People's suggestions. There we go. So I have them all listed out. We're going to start off the day with our rugby sketch. And then, oh no, why can't I see my own mouse? That's not what I want. Is that what I want? I don't think that's what I want. That seems like it would be really annoying for everybody. Let's change that real quick. Enjoy the music. Great music by D20 Roll. No, what is it? Music D20 on Patreon. Check them out. There's a link down below. I can switch this over, I suppose. We are blah, 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 blah. There we go. I need to interact with this. I can't remember how to do it. We're drawing in Magma Studio today. If people would like to come hang out with us and draw with us today, you're very welcome to. There's a link in the Discord down below. I will be drawing a rugby, and then we will be rolling the dice, and my wonderful orange metal dice. We will be seeing which character we're going to draw. If I can ever get this to work. Interact. There we go. Do some of this. I don't want to see other people's names. And I think that's up here. Application? Oh, good God. Okay. Preview. Oh, yeah, I don't want that. Don't show. Save. Okay, there we go. That should work. That should work out just fine now. Oh, except now I got a green dot down there. So I've done this so that I can basically have everybody see everybody's drawing and still be able to edit my screen. So that's why we're doing that. So that's up and running. There we go. People can draw if they'd like. I am hanging out in the Discord. Bluest Druid, welcome. I'm going to start off with the rugby. And we'll go from there. How are you today?
Okay. Had kind of a migraine this morning, but I'm doing better.
No good. Alexander, hello. I think I woke him up early discussing the upcoming commissions. You didn't wake me up. I was already up early this morning. I had an early morning today, and I just happened to be up. So, yeah, if people want to send commissions to me, you're very welcome to just message me on Discord. If I don't respond, it's because I'm busy or away from the keyboard or streaming. So, thank you for getting in contact with that. We'll start working on that commission next week. Today, let's draw some rugbies. Let's draw some rugbies. Yesterday, I started fiddling around with Pathfinder 2 stuff. Pathfinder 2 is super complicated.
Yep.
But not in the way I thought it was going to be. They just added a shit ton of stuff. And I honestly think Nexus is going to be the way to play Pathfinder. Which I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Nexus is owned by Paizo, is it? Or is it not?
I'm not sure.
Um,
I think so because it looks like it is. Uh, it it looks like it's associated. But I mean, like, I would have thought that D&D Beyond would have been
yeah.
associated with Wizards, and it wasn't until they bought it.
So something I'm running into, partially, like it definitely. I think you said this yesterday while we were talking. It definitely Pathfinder 2 feels like a video game.
Yeah.
Very much feels like a video game system because they have so many things like the expert, master, and there's one more above that, artisan. For proficiencies,
Legendary.
Legendary.
It's trained master or trained expert master legendary.
And
I think
so. Keeping track of that only really works. You could do it on paper, I suppose, but like it just having different set values for those is strange. And then then I took a couple of feats because I wanted to be a crafter, and crafting is always complicated. That's fine, I get that. Dr. Random, hello. You are on time, and we started early, so that's really strange. Welcome in. But no, it definitely feels like some of the feats I took were like, oh yeah, just add a whole bunch of spells and shit to your list, and it's like I don't know how to keep track of this without just. I think my character now at level 5 has about 25 spells and formulae and daily formulae for being an alchemist, and it's just like. Every day I'm going to prepare about 16 spells. And they're all different. Like 5 of them are just alchemical reagents that I have to prepare. It's very strange. It's very strange and complicated. I feel like if you don't have something like D&D Beyond to track that, it would get lost. And if I hadn't reread my character sheet, I would have missed out on like 8 spells. And so it's just like, whoo, we'll see what happens. It's going to be exciting. I'm most likely going to start documenting that process. I started looking through my D&D, my Pathfinder 2e books, and there's a lot of really fun stuff in there. But at the same time, there's a lot of books I don't have, and I was like, oh no, I need this. Burning says eating a sandwich. I hope that's a sandwich, because otherwise I don't know what a Sam Mag is. And watching Rookzer0. Yay. Welcome. Hope you're doing well today, Burning. I shout you out, but we're on YouTube today. And just a heads up, even though I turned off people's names on YouTube, I can see people's names. So if you're drawing something, I know who's doing it. If you'd like to draw with us, you're very welcome to, but just make sure you're following the rules of the Discord, as we are on YouTube.
Finally managed to log in, and now you tell me I can't draw a giant dong.
Yeah. I also think we're going to move away from Magma Studio. But I'm not sure. We'll find out. We'll see how that goes.
You thinking back to Aggie or do something else?
I'm a little confused about Magma Studio because all it's really doing is allowing me to keep the old files, but I don't need them. And it's actually getting in my way. So...
Interesting.
Yeah. And I thought it would give everybody access to the brushes and stuff, but since it doesn't, like, it just doesn't make sense because I'm not using the brushes. I just want the round brush.
Yep.
It's one of those things where like you're paying for features that like you just don't need. There's no reason to be paying for features that we don't need. So.
I do think it does give you more like dedicated server space, so I think you can do a larger canvas easier with less lag generally, but we've had lag issues anyway, so maybe not.
I mean, if people are noticing less lag, I'm fine with that, and that in itself could be its own thing. And I don't mind throwing money at Magma Studio, or it's Magma Studio now, I think. It's the same company, so I definitely don't mind throwing money at them, but we shall see. Hashy Brown, why is there a Hypnotoad in the... I think I succeeded my will save, but then again, I did notice it, so maybe not. Depending on the intent. Yeah, so there's some weird stuff in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. There's a feat called Tattoo Artist, which allows you to craft magical tattoos and regular tattoos. And it gives you essentially 4 free tattoo spells of 2nd level or lower, of which there are none. Because you have to cast a level 3 spell to make a magical tattoo. So it's like, that doesn't make any sense. And so I don't know if that's just an oversight or what, because everyone was expecting like, oh, that's weird. It's probably coming out in the Grand Bazaar, which I own. So I looked at it. They're all level 3 spells. Don't understand. So a lot of people just suggested you look at the magical items and be like, you can make those into magical tattoos instead. And it's like, oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I did a little digging myself about it. Turns out the order of books that were being released got messed up.
Oh, okay.
So Secrets of Magic came out before the Grand Bazaar, which was supposed to have all the tattoo stuff. And yet, it must have went under the radar that no one noticed that there are no level 2 tattoos.
I think people aren't super into crafting characters, first off.
I mean, I am.
Well, not enough that you took the tattoo feat.
I'm not playing. You don't know what my NPCs are.
That's fair. That's fair. But no, I think a lot of the crafting feats kind of go by the wayside, and so there were enough people that were like, "Hey, this is weird," that I found forums about it, but like, they all had maybe 6 comments on them, whereas other things is like, "This feat is garbage," 200 comments, right? So, like, the crafting feats usually they take a little while to get looked at, right? That being said, I'm gonna look at it. If I were DMing in Druid, you can totally take this the other way. I've always been a very large proponent of crafting. Is if you have access to a spell, then you can use that. So basically, any level 2 spell or lower, I can use. And I probably just look at like the scroll crafting feat and make it tattoos. Is my thought. But there's enough. Yeah. There's enough like wearable things. And we were also talking yesterday, Mushy Boys. Yeah, Drew, warming up with the Mushy Boys. Eventually, you're gonna have to have a YouTube channel of just Mushy Boys.
Just little myconids.
The bluest myconid, yeah. I totally lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry.
Talking about something yesterday.
Yeah, we were talking about how I run rings in 5th edition. Is effectively they are, instead of being like fully attunable, they are just wearable and activatable, right? They're activatable magical items. And if you want to wear 10 rings, you can still only activate 2 of them at a time, because that's the slot cap for magical items in Pathfinder. 2E, they don't have the slots anymore. It's just investments. So apparently you can have 10 rings as long as you're invested to all of them, and then it's just like using them. So it's interesting. And then the tattoos don't count towards that investment property or the wearable property, and they cost more because of it. So
that makes sense.
Yeah,
to me.
It's interesting. That's the benefit of the tattoos. The King Kobold has arrived, and he has demands a pot of coffee. I mean, I should start drinking coffee, I think. You keep demanding that pot of coffee because that's just one person that gave him a pot of coffee on Twitch.
Also,
Is there
like arcane tattoos?
I like arcane tattoo stuff. Goldtooth, hello. Thank you for the tip. I do appreciate that. Did someone give you a pot of coffee on Twitch? Like, is that a thing that happened? Someone sent you coffee? It's kind of awesome. People like making characters, but crafting characters within a vast rule system has several extra angles to it that reduces the demographic. Yeah, it's just very niche. It's very specific. I'm turning a 2E campaign off and on, and it's a bit of fun, but it's a lot to learn. Yeah, they definitely did a lot to the system.
Yeah. It really, I mean, like, I did say this yesterday, but it really, really feels so much like video game character creation to me. It feels like there should be sliders all over the place, and drop-down menus with all of your options for feats and whatnot.
Another problem I ran into is old Pathfinder Alchemist was basically you had so many spells that were formulas, and so it's its own... It's still just pulled from a spell list, and you just turn them into potions. But in this one, like, your formulae list is things you can craft, and then your formulas are your spells, but they don't count as spells. And so you start taking the things, and they're like, you get 2 new formula every level, and then you get a feat that's like advanced crafting. It's like you get 4 more, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, so I gotta pick 4 more of these. But they're like, only of levels have spells you can cast. It's like, okay, so I get 2 of each level, and then 4 bonus ones at level 3. And it's just like, all of that is just bonkers, and I can't find like the spell list. So if I didn't have the actual the web-based thing that we were using to design the character, I would not have been able to keep track of that, period.
So glad I found that.
Yeah. So I definitely think Nexus is going to be super helpful, because otherwise it's going to be so hard to track all of that stuff, because they put so much stuff in the class and then buried into the feats that the class give you. So it's like, you obtained this, which gives you this, which gives you this, that has to be put over here. Do that every day. And you're like, oh god. So it could be because I picked Alchemist and a Crafter. Both very complicated. I'm sure Barbarian is much simpler. But we'll definitely see how it goes.
There's also that feat at level 1.
Yeah.
As I was looking at things, it seems like they're all pretty complicated. I think it's going to be great once I've learned it all. I'm really excited to get to that point, because it feels to me like a system that rewards you for knowing what's happening. But it's going to take a lot to get there, I think.
Gold2 says, no, a person on your stream one day just said that they handed the random kobold a pot of coffee, and I'm just continuing with the joke. Okay, I gotcha. I did draw a coffee kobold, I think. Someone suggested that a few weeks ago, and I drew that. That's somewhere in the Discord and draw. I'll confiscate the coffee. Why, Bionic? Why would you shut down the coffee? I like that coffee with 3 equals and 3 cream. With 3 equals and 3 cream. Is that like this? Is it uwu coffee? Is that what we're talking about? Shout out to Pathfinder. Yeah. Ooh, Path Builder. What's Path? Is that what we used yesterday with Path Builder? There are layers to most of the classes, but Alchemy is definitely one of the worst for flooding you with options. Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm not too worried about it then. But yeah, like every day you start with your 9. I also have to read this because like you start with 9. I do. Sorry, because of the level I'm at. I have 9 uses of my my spells. Basically, I have 9 spell slots for my infusions, and then also at the beginning of the day, I get to make 4 alchemical items based on the formulae I have that like only work for that day. And then I have another option. I have regular crafting, quick crafting, and advanced crafting, basically when I make potions, I can make 2 at a time, but I can't tell if that's something that I can do quickly or I have to spend like the hour to do that while I'm preparing. So if I prepare my spells ahead of time, I effectively get 18 potions per day, which feels like a lot. That feels like way too many. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Also, I think I can craft all of those things permanently if I actually spend the time and money to do them, which is kind of cool. So I could just load up on stuff, and it would be pretty neat.
I'll definitely say I was looking at possibly playing a Magus. Or
Yeah.
Some people say Magus.
I think I say Magus.
You lose spells as you level up.
Weird.
So your lowest level spell disappears as you level up.
So
you can cast the level of spell that you're available. So
yeah, I was looking at something with that too. Like I apparently one, I don't have cantrips, but I took a like ancestry wizard feat that lets me pick a cantrip, and that cantrip is always cast at like half my level.
Yeah.
So you pick the spell and then it just goes. But then I was looking at the potions, and the potions, sure enough, like I learn healing, and then there's another healing drop that's a higher level. But I don't see why I would need to learn both unless I wanted to craft the lower one. And so it's It's weird. It's a little weird, and I'm trying to figure out how the level spell casting thing works. So we'll see what happens. Because in Pathfinder, yeah, you basically just always cast the highest level healing spell, but you don't have to learn the healing spells. You just have them as a cleric. So it could be a weird variant because I'm an alchemist and I'm not actually supposed to know any spells. That it's like that, but we'll find out. They're dangerous. They put... wait, what's this? Hold on. Kobolds are fabricated? Like, what? Hyperactive kobolds are fabricated. Like they're fake or they're dangerous? They're dangerous and they put the right setting and not thrown into players as a slab of meat. I mean, yeah. Go watch my kobold video. It's great.
Seriously, if you haven't watched it, you need to watch it.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a DM.
We have to get a free healing potion every session based on our level. Oh, that's cool.
Yes. So the max number of spells a Magus can learn is 4.
Maguses are interesting though because the spell casting is supposed to be quickened. Like as part of their spell casting action, they get an attack, or at least that's how it used to be. So Maguses were never supposed to have a huge pool of magic. It was just like, oh yeah, I attack with lightning when I stab you. It's like, excuse me? So they're supposed to specialize.
In a lot of ways, the Magus was Pathfinder's version of the Warlock.
Which is interesting to me because, like, I think you're absolutely right. But at the same time, the Eldritch Knight kind of fulfills that role too. But the Eldritch Knight is really a fighter warlock. Yeah. So I feel like the Eldritch Knight was very much the spirit of the Magus.
Yeah.
But the Warlock is like ubiquitously what they are.
I don't know if they could in first edition, but they now can cast like non-level spells though. Only 2, but
they had a much more restricted spell list. So I'm not sure.
From what I remember in first edition, like their spell list was kind of small, but they had a decent number. I think they could cast up to 6th level spells.
I think so. That sounds right.
Not like a.
Yeah, they were like a.
Yeah,
they were like a 3/4 caster.
I think you didn't get your first spell until level 3. Yeah, I think that sounds right. But then once again, like all of your cantrips and anything with a self or touch spell, you could cast through your weapon, which was really cool.
Yeah,
I really like the Magus. And they also had things like True Strike as an ability. You could buff your weapon and just like, oh man, they're powerful. They're powerful, but they burn out real fast. So yeah, I think they do. They feel a lot like what Warlock is, just without the Eldritch Blast.
Which, I mean, we've discussed Eldritch Blast and how it makes Warlock into the thing that everybody multi-classes into, because there's no reason not to. There's no detriment.
I do have Go ahead. Sorry.
I think Warlock I think Magus was a little bit better balanced because of, or in terms of not making it so everybody multi-classed into it.
Yeah. I was a lot of people would tell me like what they wanted to play, and it's just like, oh, you should just play Magus. Like, which is very much the like, oh, just play a Warlock. No, that's definitely a Warlock. Just be a Warlock. So you can definitely see that. Okay, I think that's a pretty good rugby, even though he's kind of crooked. It's a crooked rugby today. I think we're ready. I'm good and ready here. Tixel, hello. Isn't that just how D&D Warlocks work? You could only cast the max level spell. I came up with the idea that Dragons and Kobolds, which have 2 stat blocks, Dragon Strength and Dragon Resilience. One is a Kobold that could eat a freight train to the face and probably walk it off. Okay, so really tough. The other is physically weak, and the other is Kobold, who can carry something 6 times their size, would probably die if we blew him up. So really weak but really strong, or really tough but really weak. I'm a little confused about those, but I like both of those ideas. Like, you could definitely have different variations of kobolds.
The idea of ant kobolds.
Yeah, ant kobolds. That'd be really funny. Except I don't see how you could pick up something really heavy and not take a hit. Because, like, you have to be super durable.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just one directional, though, you know? Like, origami. It's really strong one direction and not the other.
Maybe.
All right, hold on. So with normal downtime, you can make permanent potions, which is awesome. I think my character's going to be doing a lot of that. Yep, there's the coffee kobold. Thank you, Alexander. And you can use your infused ingredients to craft potions at the start of your day without penalty, and then you can quick craft potions in the heat of battle, but they only last a moment. Okay. I will say through my party does not trust me to making potions because they're afraid I will poison them. That's might mutate their body. I heard True Strike and had to remind myself that not Artily uses D&D version. Yeah, in Pathfinder you basically just get to take plus 20 with True Strike. It's pretty great. I like it. D&D True Strike is pretty lackluster because it's essentially a plus 4, which is not good. So, okay.
You can only do it, and it's like an action to cast it.
Yeah. Yep. And that's why, like, with, even with the Eldritch Knight, you eventually get to the point where you can cast it and attack once, but the problem is that's giving you advantage, or you could just attack twice normally, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, so it's not an upgrade. It's not an upgrade at all. It's just
I don't know
is normal.
anyone who actually takes True Strike.
Oh, I did.
True
I did.
Strike.
So my plan, here's what I did with my Dragoon. I would cast Jump on myself. Next round, I would cast True Strike. And then I would wait. Then I would run in, jump into the air with my lance using Great Weapon Master and the other thing. So essentially, I'd be taking a -10, but gaining the bonus damage. So I effectively was doing like 3d12 plus 20 some damage. It was really funny, but even with True Strike, I missed a lot. So it was a lot of fun.
Well, like with the lance, it makes sense because you get disadvantage if you're not using it while mounted.
Yeah, and well, it's not
can't
mounted.
move
You get disadvantage if it's ranged, because it's a ranged weapon. It's a ranged weapon. So when you are using a lance not mounted, you have to use it two-handed, which I was fine with. I didn't care about that. On mounted, I think you can use it with one hand, which is pretty fancy. So the way I'm going to do this, because we have a lot of suggestions today, is I'm going to just roll a d20, and we're going to take it in chunks. So, and we'll just start whittling it away. Yeah.
Because they don't make a D29 or D30.
Correct.
I mean, they probably do, but they're just not readily available.
So this one is something a little different, an Alpaca Folk Berserker Barbarian.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I was actually talking to other people about that this week, and I was thinking about making an Alpaca Folk video. So we'll see how this goes. But
Go ahead. Sorry.
I don't know if it's always weird when I talk to somebody in the Discord about something and then it shows up somewhere else. So I don't know if someone overheard me or this is what started it, but I like it. It's Joshua John. Yeah, let's do that.
I seen someone like make it may have been Caduceus as like an alpaca furbolg.
Yeah, I think I saw that too.
Kind of disconcerting because it's just like, imagine Towson would approve, but it's still very odd.
It felt, I think if it's what I saw, it was very much like, the hell was it? Zootopia. It had Zootopia vibes, but caduceus. What was this, a barbarian? I think it was a barbarian. Where does one add a suggestion? You can just put it here in the chat. I think is the easiest way, and I'll add it to the list. Otherwise, the YouTube community page is usually where people post them, and I usually drop that earlier in the week so people can have time to add to it. But yeah, feel free to add it on here. And we'll go from there.
I checked it like, I guess maybe Monday or something. And so I was like, 25 comments, like, oh no.
Yeah, we had a lot this week.
I mean, not that it was bad. It's just like, wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. We will not get to all of them today. I can almost guarantee that. Oop, hold on a second. Oh, spam. Sweet. Oh, I missed my one last chance to renew my car's insurance policy. Or my warranty.
Too bad.
Too bad. I'm going to be liable for all the repairs on my 30-year-old truck. Heaven forbid.
This is the one I normally say.
Oh no!
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
Also, hello.
Hello, hello?
Hey.
Greetings or things.
Yeah, that's not the one I saw. I definitely saw a different one. Do I need to give him the teeth?
Maybe.
I feel like the teeth are important.
Just remember the events of when there were runaway alpacas in my area.
That happens. That does happen. Oh, God.
You're like, what? But then you're like, think, oh yeah, they are like farm animals now.
Alright, I'm ready for one.
All right. You want to roll or you want me to roll?
I'll roll. 5.
Water Genasi, the Genie Fire. I don't understand that. Water Genasi, the Genie Fire, Warlock. Okay.
So I actually took a few minutes to read that one.
Yeah.
Wargenasi, whose patron is a fire genie.
Yeah. Line from genies that parents are water and fire based. Has appearance that is oh, I can't read it. It's too long. It doesn't fit on my screen.
Theme genies.
Her appearance is that of black smoke. She comes from a wealthy family and wanted to see the world and does soul searching of what she wants to do with her life. That's pretty good. I like that one. A water fire Genasi. If you like. That's from Megumi. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, it's my pen. There we go. So many alpacas. I don't know how to make this barbarian. Should we make him super beef? I feel like alpacas just gotta be poof.
Lank.
Poof and lank, yeah.
They're basically mammal owls.
Mammal owls.
Pixel
Mammalian
is wondering
owls.
What does a 2 land them?
Say that again?
Tixel is wondering what does a 2 land them.
Oh, Tixel would like something to draw. Druid Paladin multi-class lizard folk. A protector of nature. Green Knight vibes.
Like 3 in Green Knight?
I assume.
Let's see.
Do I need to give more room? I can move over a little bit.
Maybe just a scoosh.
Get the angry hippie.
We got a lot of people today.
Yeah, we do.
Which is good because we got a lot of things to draw today.
Yep. And just once again, I have made it so that we can see the whole board on YouTube. So feel free to like really truncate if you guys need to make space for people. Like, zoom in yourself, I guess is what I was trying. Zoom in yourself, because the board will make room.
I mean, I always zoom in. My eyesight is terrible. I should probably do a little bit more zoomed out, just because it's good to do your sketch from a distance.
I thought you were gonna say I should probably go get glasses.
I mean, I should do that as well. My glasses do need to be updated.
Find something new about Druid. Where's glasses?
Wears glasses, doesn't like clothes. That's all you need to know about me, really. That's basically my whole personality.
It's always sad when glasses are your personality. But I know that feeling.
Like Vilma?
Yeah, a little bit. I was gonna give him tall, lanky legs, but I don't think I have enough space. Oops. Boo! Get out of here. There we go. Is black steam a phenomenon? Would black smoke geothermal vents occur? Would black smoke geothermal vents occur? I don't know. I guess. Yeah. I have a suggestion. What about making a fun character token frame? Something people can use to show their support. Token frame. Like, those exist on the Patreon. Like, I can definitely do that. That might be better for like a mini commission, which we do from time to time. I do have some of those up. And because we have so many character suggestions, probably won't do that today. But that's a good idea. We could probably get something like that set up so people can use the border for their Discord tag and such, I assume is what you mean. That could be fun. I already have a bunch of character tokens made with different borders, so we can definitely just use some of those. What kind of feet do alpaca have?
They have like small camel feet.
Small camel feet? All right.
Yeah.
Because they are camels, basically.
Tiny mountain camels?
Yeah.
If camel were also Shetland pony.
I was gonna say also like llama feet.
Pixel, why do you do this? Why do you do these things?
Pixel. That was burning.
What does a 2 land mean? Oh yeah, we did that. Sorry. I just now read that. I don't know why. There's too many pictures of alpacas. I'm getting lost.
There's alpaca feet.
Oh, there are alpaca feet. I do need those. Okay. God, those are terrifying.
Oh, they're more like camel feet than I was expecting. They almost look like they have talons.
Yeah, I was going to say they look like bird feet.
I mean, they do have talons, right? That's why you use them to defend your sheep against mountain lions.
When in doubt, just kick them in the testicles, right?
Yep.
Or, wait, are the llamas the testicle biters or the... I might be thinking of something. That's a honey badger. Honey badgers like to bite.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All badgers go for either the jugular or the femoral artery.
Yeah, getting bit in the junk by a weasel does not sound like a fun day.
That's a sport in Northern England.
That's a sport?
I would say sport is more like a circus sideshow event.
Getting bit by a weasel?
No, you stick a weasel down your pants.
Oh.
And yeah, it's called I think they call it weasel wrestling or something like that.
I call it animal abuse, but that's fine. Like,
I agree.
there's also, like, you know, noodling and cat fisting, so... Catfishing? I don't know. It's weird. Stick your arm in a hole, and the fish bite you, and then you got a fish.
Hopefully you don't.
None of that sounds like a good idea to me.
Rolling. What's a 9 get me?
Yeah, let me find out. Race, Batfolk. Class, Blood Hunter. I think you know where this is going. Amazing concept. I am vengeance. Ha ha ha. A bad Batman, apparently, which kind of breaks the rules. So if you want a different one, I will give you a different one.
No, I'll take a Bat Blood Hunter.
Okay, yeah.
You're just not going to be Batman.
It's just not going to be Batman.
Yeah, they're gonna be Morbius.
It'll be Man-Bat.
It's Morbin time.
It's Morbid time, Jeebus. All right.
Animorphs?
That is from Dockery Pez. I hope I pronounced your name right.
Yeah, there was a lot of names I didn't recognize. I was like, oh.
Awesome.
It's good. I love geckos. The living personification of no thoughts, head empty. They do like to lick their own eyeballs, which is great. No to show the support for you. Okay. Technically speaking, smoke and steam are different things. Smoke comes from a number of colors depending on what is burning and how hot it is. Steam is particularly always white or clear. Interesting.
Smoke does contain a lot of steam, though, generally.
Yeah, I mean, and steam doesn't have to be... Is steam specifically water, or can you have... Is steam just pressurized water vapor? I guess liquid vapor.
I think steam does specifically have to be water.
Okay. When you're vaping, are you steaming yourself, or are you smoking something?
Both, because it's using it's using steam as a vehicle.
People.
So steam is the majority of the component, but there are but it's using it's using steam to carry other things.
Gotcha. Not into vaping.
I'm not into inhaling things in
Right.
general. Probably because I ate too many pixie sticks as a child. Boy, does that burn when you breathe it in.
Oh God! I had to take a guy to the hospital once because he snorted a pixie stick. That was pretty funny.
Ooh.
Not cool. Steam is just a common name for gas stored state of water. Okay. Yeah, smoke is a generic term for byproduct of combustion. I like it. People could ask where they are from and refer to you. Is like, but where though? That's my question. Is like, what's the use case for these? So people know that this is a Rookzer0 brand. I'm not good with labeling or branding things. So please help my brain.
Rook knew the business.
How business do? Give money? Yeah, I don't know. Is that something people want? Because that could definitely be a Patreon reward. If people want like some sort of custom banner thing. Do I just need to make a whole bunch of like Rookzer0 stuff? I have a couple. Like I have stickers and things, but
There's also a t-shirt.
there were t-shirts. Yeah. I tried to buy a whole bunch of like Carhartt stuff to print my own stuff on it, but they are persnickety about selling stuff to people who aren't distributors. It's very strange.
Yeah. I mean,
And I don't particularly want to
the
sell like a
international
$120, yeah, $120 sweatshirt is just too much. I'm not a big fan of that, but maybe that's the way it's going. I gotta say, the cloak brand stuff that like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye put out looks really nice, but it's like $90. It's like, it's It's on that. It's on that almost want to buy it level, and or sell it. I also have to make plushies. We need a rugby plushie. $400. So I've basically just given this alpaca an axe. it doesn't feel very barbarian as shit. I gotta figure this out. I gotta make this more.
I like the axe. I would have given him giant scissors.
Ooh, why scissors?
Because
Give him some-
shearing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does he shear himself with it?
Yeah, or uses them in contests of strength with other men in his tribe. I don't know.
That has some weird connotations to it. Like,
Yes.
I'm gonna shave the fuck out of you. It's like, whoa, whoa, buddy.
Because like alpacas specifically are like sheep where they have to be sheared.
Yeah.
Or they overheat and die. Llamas do not need to be sheared.
But they can be.
They can be. They just
What are llamas for? Like, pack animals?
yes.
How
Llamas
are-
are a lot bigger than alpacas.
Okay. I knew a couple. There were a couple farms that had llamas near my house growing up, and they were all assholes. Not the people,
Yes.
the llamas. The llamas were assholes. I never met the
Yeah,
people.
llamas are a lot more wild and llamas are like donkeys.
Donkey camels.
Yeah, donkey camels. Alpacas are like Shetland ponies. I guess that's a good way.
Have you ever seen that gif of the pony falling over?
I've seen a few.
It's always strange when something that close to the ground falls over. The people love logos and mascots. I mean, yeah, okay. I apologize. I tend to answer questions instinctively, so let me know if being annoying. Don't want to... No, I think it's totally fine, Dr. Random. And Alexander, same thing. Like, I think that's a great idea. I don't know how or what to do it for. Because I could make like just a little rugby token. People want that. There's some Christmas ones up on the Patreon page. If you want to see rugby in a tiny hat, or rugby as a reindeer. But aside from that, I'm not sure what I would do for like a logo thing.
You already have a logo.
I mean, do people just want the rook mask like as a sticker? Because that exists. You can give that to people.
Yeah.
Then again, people would probably just make like a whole bunch of fake Twitter accounts that would be more successful than my Twitter account.
Isn't that how you know you've made it, though?
When people start spamming weird shit about you on the internet, probably.
When people start pretending to be you, when
That's
people
true.
start stealing your content to make money off of you.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of clothing merch, I saw this one on, and then like a few days later, it was already sold out. I was like, huh, I wanted one. You know,
That's
it'll be
bad.
terrible to wear right now.
I don't know. Wool can be very cooling. Depending
I don't
on...
know, wearing a cardigan sweater would be cooling in 100-degree heat.
I don't think cooling is necessarily the right term. Natural fibers do wick moisture away, which can like feel cooling, but for the most part, things that insulate you, like they keep you warm, but they can also keep you cool because insulation, it regulates temperature, right?
Ponchos are nice. That's all I'm saying. Nice wool poncho. Good.
Also, just appreciate that they have like sizes for larger people on like some fan websites.
Are you throwing shade at a specific fan website, or? Because I don't have control over
There's
that.
a few that come out that are like only go up to like XL, and that's it. I was like, really?
That's too bad. Yeah, that's part of the reason I haven't pushed more like clothes branding, is because I really want to get behind and like. I'd rather make shirts myself and then mail them to people instead of like going through Society 6, because one, I'm not a big fan of their shirts. I've bought a couple of them, and while they are functional, they just, I don't know, they're not quite made the way that I enjoy shirts. They're a little too tight and a little too thin. And so the problem with that, though, is if I want to do my own thing, I have to do like, you know, several $100 run and then hope people buy it. So if I ever do that, it will probably be more of a pre-order Kickstarter kind of thing. Yeah, that'll be down the road. Because right now, like last time, someone was like, "Yeah, it'd be really cool. Let's do that." I think 2 people bought them, and I was like, "Okay, yeah, we're not doing that again." We gotta wait. So it'll totally be something with rugby, but yeah, I didn't mean something not as a Patreon, but for everyone on the server could just use, just good PR. That's true. That's true. We could try to find something with that.
Oh.
So I'm not, you've never been a Patreon for no matter how I like them. I'd rather ask for commissions than have cash for a bigger payoff. Yeah, I think that's totally fine. You know, that's legitimate. Patreon is a lot of fun, and it's an interesting model.
Like this Alpaca's kind of bowl cut going on.
You like his bowl cut?
Yes.
Bowl cuts in general are highly amusing.
Amusing like clowns.
Okay, I think this
Clowns are amusing.
I think this bad boy's about done. Do people have access to the Discord emotes in other Discords? I'm not sure how that works.
If you have Nitro.
Ah, okay. Yeah, we could definitely come up with like a community emote or something for the Discord members. I think that would be fun. Something that they can actually like take and use and put around.
Or where you're going with the story, Tixel.
What kind of durable ass shirt is that? I mean, yeah. I love my Carhartt shirts. Hashtag not a sponsor. They used to be like, I think they were just work shirts for a long time, and I used to buy them from like construction stores.
Yeah.
And they were great. I loved them, and I wore through them over like 5 to 10 years working in kitchens. And so recently I've had to buy new ones, and when I buy them from like a D&B supply or something, they're different. And it's like, this is not the same shirt. What's going on here? So there's definitely different ways to make shirts in the same place. But Carhartt sweatshirts are some of my favorite, and I just like just generic black shirts. And so I tried to buy some of those to put the like Rookzer0 logo on, and they were like, yeah, we can't sell you those if you're going to try to print stuff on them and sell them. And it's like, what? So apparently there's a manufacturing distribution situation I got to deal with. So basically I have to pay somebody else to do that, and it's like, you know what, if that's the case, then I'll hire someone to print those shirts when I'm ready, and I'll do that.
Can you hire yourself to do it?
You can, but if you do that, you have to apply to be a manufacturer, and you can only do that twice a year. And so you have to like submit all this paperwork to become a manufacturer to then buy the blank shirts that you then can only sell if you augment them. It's really strange, and I didn't want to deal with it. It was only going to save me like $10 per shirt, and I was just like, I might just pay someone else to do this. So
There's a YouTuber I like who has like got a sponsorship from a clothing company that he's really happy with. They apparently do good graphic tees. Can't remember the name of the company off the top of my head, but I'm gonna look it up and send it to you because maybe that will be what you're looking for.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
I think it's relatively new company and kind of small, but they seem to be dedicated to quality, which is refreshing.
I got into contact with some people local. I was like, hey, so I have a YouTube channel. I want to start designing some T-shirts and stuff for my followers. And they were like, yeah, that sounds awesome. And then they just never got back to me. So I was like, all right, whatever.
Pixel is wondering, what does a 11 get them?
An 11. An 11 gets you a Kenku College of the Air Guitar Bard.
I'm hyper.
That's from Gold Skull. College of Air Guitar Bard. Pretty good. Pretty good. Druid Paladin. Yeah. I use the flan everywhere. The flan's pretty good. Flan's pretty good.
I love the flan.
Not
I'm
popular.
sad it did not get. I'm so sad it didn't get better reception.
Yeah. Tried it on TikTok and people were just like, me. No views.
But it's adorable, sweet, sugary dessert.
If people think of like a good hashtag, I could try re-uploading it. I don't know if that's uncouth, but I honestly don't really care. So
I've seen it happen all the time, so don't feel bad.
I mean, yeah, if nobody saw it the first time, then I don't feel bad reposting it. But I do love Shimi's emotes. Burning Shimi emotes are
They're
great.
so good.
Ah! Yeah, I think that might be the problem because the only emotes I have are like the kobolds, which are funny, but like, I don't know if those are uniquely me because they're just random kobolds. The rugby ones are really funny. I like the rugby ones, but they're also just rugby. You need to go make pancakes. Nice. Be right back. No problem.
Emotes are a weird, hard thing to do.
Yeah. Something Shimi just knows how to crop them, and I am not good at cropping. I don't understand it because it's like I want to show the whole thing. Because like rugby, you know, look like this, and then you crop a rugby, and all of a sudden it looked like this, and he's just a piece of toast. Like that's not. Oh hell, maybe it is a good emote. Just cube goblins. Maybe that's what we'll do one day.
Have you just discovered that the secret to emoting is to like just thumbnail a fuck ton?
Maybe that could be it. All right, let's roll another one of these puppies. We're getting down there. We're getting down there. An Owlin Blade Singer Echo Knight. That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, it does.
That's from Dust Gaming. Thank you for the suggestion.
I'm just about done with this.
Owlin Blade Singer. Wasn't that a Monty Python sketch? Maybe. We did a French toast rugby. Is that just a picture of rugby with like his face in a piece of toast? People did that to a bunch of cats. That might be... Is Toast Cat might be another YouTuber's thing. I don't know. All right, Blade Singer, Owlin.
I think I'm about done with this. Not Batman.
Bat.
Have you seen the Man Bat?
He's more batty than the Batman.
I think I accidentally made a parakeet.
I mean,
Abort! Abort! Doesn't look like an owl. What do I do?
add horns.
Add horns. Yep. All right, that fixed it. What makes a blade singer special? There's like a,
Their blade song.
but I mean, like, what's the difference between a blade singer and a College of Swords bard?
Well, College of Swords don't get an AC bonus to where they do stuff.
That's it. is that the?
First off, the blade singer is one of the early subclasses they put out, so it's kind of eh.
Okay.
So when you do the blade song, you get a speed bonus and a AC bonus when you are using a one-handed.
Oh, interesting. You get both.
You have a free hand.
Okay.
It's like a bard, but it's a wizard subclass.
Oh, okay. See, that would be the confusion then. I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That would be why I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Because the College of Sword bard gets choices of those. Like, whenever you attack, you either get more movement,
yeah.
or you get
get
bonus damage or
flourishes.
defenses. Yeah, the flourishes. Which always made me... Which is why when people said, Blade Singer, I was just like, how is that different than
Yeah,
that?
so blade singers are wizards.
Okay.
They used to be only for elves in past editions. You could only be an elf and be a blade singer.
Well, now I feel like this sword is too big if he's a wizard. Did anyone else always give the sorceress in Diablo 3 a two-handed sword? Is that just me?
I always used the orbs.
Freaking love the sword. I would do that too when I played a sorcerer. I'd just roll with a two-handed sword because I thought it looked cool.
Yeah,
Like-
so
Crit is the only
Blade
thing that
Song-
matters.
When Blade Song is activated, your AC is increased to by your intelligence modifier. So eventually it'll be +5.
Gotcha.
Your walking speed is increased by 10 feet. You get advantage on dexterity, acrobatics checks, and you get a bonus to any Constitution saving throw to maintain Constitution checks or concentration checks equal to your intelligence mod. So
I rolled a 4.
Rolled a 4. How about a heavily armored red cap? That's a good one. I wanted to draw that one. Maybe with a massive scythe?
I mean, if you won that one, I can roll again.
I mean, there's a very small chance that I would get that one. Regardless.
Also,
you could just claim it.
Yeah.
also, Rook, you have drawn that before.
I've drawn that many times, yeah. So heavily armored red cap, I would say go for it. Ba, 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 ba. Let me see if I can find who submitted that one. Sir Shroomley. Shroomsley? Thank you for the suggestion. I do appreciate that. We're almost down to a flat 20. That's pretty great. I like how this Owlin is like judging the Kenku. Just like, ha! Whatever. Fucking nerd. It's like watching. I was watching Dan from Game Grumps play Ethan Knight. Is that what it's called? Something like that.
The Voodoo Murders game.
Yeah, it's kind of
I've been
interesting.
watching that too.
I like watching Dan play games. It's great. But it's so fun. It's very 90s. It feels very 90s.
It's so 90s.
Like painfully 90s.
Upsettingly 90s.
Upsettingly
yes.
90s.
God.
Just like
Okay.
very tons of bravado and like fucking nerd. Feels like every sentence he's gonna say. Someone's like, I have information about the murders, and he's like, nerd. It's like, really? That's the 90s. That was the 90s in a nutshell.
Yep.
Check out how many ladies I can bang, and also, smart people are stupid.
Martha will
This-
be your boss in 10 years.
This professor has information that ties to nightmares that make it so I can't sleep. Also, is giving a dissertation on voodoo, the history of the voodoo religion, and is,
Basically solving the game for you.
yeah, is like all of this information is not only pertinent and interesting to the goal of the protagonist, but also to understanding everything that's happening in his life and all of the upsetting shit that's happening in the world around him. And he can't stay awake for 5 minutes because nerd.
Yep. It's funny because like that's a very 90s feel. But
Yeah.
like in the 90s, those were the people playing these games. So I don't know if it's just like self-deprecating or if it's tongue-in-cheek. Like it's very much people realize that it's stupid, and that's why it's in the game.
I would assume the latter because it makes sense that the writers would basically know their audience.
Mhm.
And I don't want to think bad about them automatically, but still, it's pretty cringy looking at it now.
Because I played a lot of those like point-and-click games, and a lot of the main characters were like that.
Yeah. Yeah, they were.
Bladesinger can sub multi-attacks with cantrips and get bonuses to AC on con saves. Oh, interesting. It's a skirmisher style caster. Okay, that's cool. I like that.
They're basically like the wizard's version of an Eldritch Knight.
Yeah.
You just don't get heavy armor, you just only get light armor. It's better than nothing. I mean, you say that's a big sword. It could also just be really tiny Owlin
That was my intent.
with a
was to
normal
make him,
sword.
make him a very tiny Owlin.
Little burling Owling.
Jumping Jesus on a pogo stick. Everybody knows that burrow owls live in holes in the ground. That is not an appropriate song for you.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Jumping Jesus on a pogo stick is a very, very funny expletive.
It is. It's really funny.
I like Christ on a bicycle.
Christ on a bicycle, yeah.
I still like Sarah and Ray's titties.
Sarah Ray's titties is one of my favorite things that I've ever thought of.
I do kind of find that they basically have published almost nothing for Wizards since they released the War Magic stuff.
Well, once again, wizards in 5e basically don't exist.
I mean, they
Hello,
do exist.
I'm a studied sorcerer. Great. But the way that, I mean, everybody is essentially a sorcerer at this point because of the way the magic system works.
And you still have to prepare your spells.
Yeah.
You know what 5e needs? Another charisma-based spellcaster.
No. I like to have a Constitution-based caster, please.
A blood
Blood
mage?
magic? Yeah, blood magic would be great.
Yeah.
What's with the knobbly knees today? Apparently that's just where we're going.
I mean, there's only 2 intelligence casters.
Am I wrong in thinking that owls are kind of dumb?
No,
What do you
they're
mean?
they're stupid creatures.
Okay.
Dumb design-wise by nature, or like
No, like they're just real stupid.
It's brilliant design by nature.
Like normal bits, eyeballs, part of brain for vision. Owls, eyeballs, part of brain for vision. Thinky bits.
birds don't need to be intelligent, so to survive.
I'm a murder robot.
A lot of birds are actually really intelligent and benefit from it. So I think I would disagree with your statement.
I was watching a YouTube video about paleontologist. He's talking about dinosaurs. Apparently, some dinosaurs were really smart. Specifically, the ones that turned into birds. Kind of cool.
I believe it.
I like that.
Okay, I stopped taking up a quarter of the an entire third of the canvas.
Jeez, Druid.
I think I'm
I'm
about done
sorry.
with this owl in here.
Oh shit,
What
that
was-
that crow looks so cool. I love that Aarakocra.
Kenku.
Kenku.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bird.
Same.
One fly
no.
doesn't fly.
My owl's over here just super jealous. Think you're so damn cool with your singing stuff. I'll show you.
I mean, you could always lord over them because Allens can fly. Kinku can't.
It's true.
Right. What does an 11 get me?
Hobgoblin, Divination Wizard, Eldritch Knight Fighter. Ooh, that's a lot of words. Have like a sort of classic spell sword, but have them essentially fighting prior knowledge as to how to fight. What?
Huh?
I'm going to read this verbatim. Have like the sort of classic spell sword, but have them fighting with essentially prior knowledge as to how the fight will go. Divination Eldritch Knight Fighter. Got it. So they're using foresight to be a better fighter.
Okay.
So it's Taskmaster.
I don't know
as a
how I'm
hobgoblin.
supposed to represent that visually, but okay.
Hobgoblin Divination Wizard. Eldritch Knight. How's that?
Sounds good.
Let's do that.
Or just an Eldritch Knight.
Just an Eldritch Knight, yeah. But heavier on the wizard, apparently. I do like
Yeah.
Divination Eldritch Knights. That's a cool idea.
Yeah, that is a cool
That's a
idea.
cool idea.
I'm
That was from Glyphils? Glyphilus?
Glyphilus, I'm sorry for being such a whiny bitch about that. I realize it can be difficult to put it all down. I promise I'll do my best.
They also may not be a native English speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not me trying to make fun of you. I had trouble reading. So, somewhere in there is some self deprecation going on. Unintentional.
What is the typical spell sword type of sword? I would think it would just be like a longsword, right?
I would think longsword, yeah.
Yeah, it's some sword with runes on it, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Always imagine like a longsword or like a scimitar like thing.
Yeah, I think of scimitar a lot as well.
Oh, really? Interesting. I usually think of rapiers or longswords because you either etch things down the blade, which doesn't look good on a falchion, or you write magic with the rapier. Those are the two ways I always see it.
Hmm.
I don't know, I think you could make something look pretty nice on a falchion or scimitar.
I mean, it
Etched along
depends.
the edge.
It depends on how you do it, right?
Yeah.
I think I see the curved scimitar sort of thing. I think I started seeing that a lot after Lord of the Rings because of the
Yeah.
elfin curved sword design.
But even
Definitely,
those are a knife. And I guess those did have the etches on them. Yep, alright. I won't argue. I still don't like it, but I won't argue.
But if we're talking Glamdring, then you know that very much is a longsword.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I'm done with this little owlboy. Whoop.
What
Let's
about
see.
16?
What about a 16? Kobold Moss Druid. I'm actually gonna... I wanted to steal that one, but you can do it if you want. I was gonna roll an 11. Smokey the Bear, but he fights with fire. Fights fire with fire as some sort of spellcaster. Do you want to draw a Kobold Moss Druid or Smokey the Bear?
Writing.
I'll let you pick since you rolled first. The collection grows. Yeah, Dr. Random. That's why I wanted to draw this one. I'm drawing a lot of animals today. I'll go with the Kobold. All right, there you go. Dr. Random, you're getting a Moss Kobold from Tinksel, and I will draw Smokey the Bear, but he fights fire with fire.
Pyromancer.
Pyromancer Bear. I'm on board for this.
I mean, that is like a legitimate way of people fighting fire.
Yeah. That's from Garrett Hirschman.
So it's really only available in like forests. Okay, so which makes sense for Smokey. You don't want to set someone's house on fire to put out another fire.
Oops.
Right, not to put out fires.
Bluest Druids.
Right down out here, out of the way.
Yeah, I'm stabbing the bear.
Poke him in the gooch.
Oh, I'm taking up a lot of space. Let me shrink this guy down.
It's not that much. And I took up a lot of space last time. I can draw smaller this time. I just want to do such cool poses.
I completely understand that.
I can't draw that. We're on YouTube, dang it. I was going to give him a cigar. I'll give him a bubble pipe.
You can't draw a cigar on YouTube?
I don't know. I'm not going to risk it.
You can make it like cartoonish cigar, maybe.
People like give me shit all the time because I love money, but like it's not that I love money. It's just I like not having it. So I will just I'll err on the side of caution because I like YouTube not taking my money away from me. That's always good.
Yes, a moss druid.
That's how I feel about money as well.
Right?
Or just drawing Picardo and not have to worry about any of it.
I could switch over to Picardo. Do some saucy streams.
That would probably limit your audience.
Yeah. Joke's on you guys. I did that for a while. Nobody showed up.
Did you advertise it?
I did.
We didn't.
When I did it. Hey, we're going to go over here. Yeah, go over here. Whatever.
Don't remember.
No
Neither
salty.
do I.
No salty
Yeah,
stuff.
the number of viewers on Pictaro is a lot lower. From my understanding, the engagement per viewer is better, but you need viewers to begin with.
I think Picardo's fine. If I ever take more salty, why do I keep saying salty? Spicy. If I start taking spicy commissions, I'll probably stream it there instead of on Twitch. But
Note to self.
not there yet.
When Rook draws smut.
Yeah.
Everybody make a Picardo account just in just in case.
Way ahead of you.
Be ready.
Funny. Copy.
That'll be like the $800 Patreon reward.
Look, finally draws dragon fucking a car.
Yeah. No thanks. After the fiasco with the air conditioner, I was looking at a whole bunch of other stuff, and it's like there's actually a lot of rebates to get new windows. So maybe I don't need to have these windows from the 60s in my house. So we'll see. Maybe that's when I start drawing dragons, is to pay for new windows. We'll find out on Saturday. The Rainy Day Dragon Boinking Cars Fund. That's what we'll call it. Is that a Reddit page yet?
Dragons boinking cars?
Boinking Cars, yeah. Or was that the original one? I don't remember what the original one was called.
That one's been around for a while.
Okay. Well, the word boinking is what I'm asking about.
Oh, boinking?
Yeah.
I don't know if that.
Because if it's not, we should grab that. We should definitely grab that.
Probably not, considering that the official one is not. It's pretty niche. So going more niche under that, I don't think is going to be. I don't think that's taken yet.
People might not have any idea what the hell we're talking about, and I think that's fine. It's just like It's like rugby's backstory. We don't need to know. Like, if you're in the know, it's fine. If not, don't worry about it. Which is what goes.
It is a bad inside joke from the channel from, what, a year and a half, 2 years ago, that we should probably stop referencing.
I mean, it's a legitimate thing, though, is the problem. Like,
yes, I know. But
it's like the paying for college as a stripper thing. There's no shame in it. It exists. Just not a lot of people know about it. So if you ever need money and you're an artist, there's some options for you on the internet.
Yep.
What is this here? How much does a goldfish cost? What? Fish cakes, fresh whaling slug.
Talking about kobolds, so.
Diamond-throated carp, vampire fish, help wanted. Ask for cruel? Curl?
I really like the kobold that they did.
For a fish typhoon, you'll wish for some. It's pretty funny.
I don't know that this red cap is very distinguishable from a dwarf.
It's got a bit of a Mega Man vibe going on.
I dig it though.
Yeah.
Murder Man.
Murder Man. Sounds right.
Will we have a Warforged red cap, please?
Mega Man destroys him and absorbs his powers and just like is flooded with all the horrible psychic damage and trauma. It's like, ah!
Starts bleeding from the eyes and nose.
Mega Man got PTSD.
Yep. That's a good way to do it.
I shouldn't laugh at that. PTSD is not funny.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Collection gross.
I think this is the first bear wizard I've drawn.
Really?
I think my bears are always monks. I guess I've drawn a sorcerer. I drew a bear sorcerer and a bard. Lots of barbarians.
Yeah.
Bear barbarian.
Yeah.
Barbarians. Everybody wants a barbarian.
That being said,
Fun.
this is pretty good. This is pretty good. I might have to do more of this bear. That, and I feel way more confident about drawing bears now, which is cool. I've come a long way in the last 3 years. I'm very happy with my progress.
So I rolled another 11.
That's fine. I've been updating it.
11s in a row.
Some kind of Leonid barbarian wrestler in a kilt and a backpack. Please and thank you.
So, burning
So-
your character?
So you're
Is that
you're-
yours,
you're-
Burning? Did you suggest that
No,
one?
I did not suggest anything. So
Do you want to just like copy and paste your picture from yesterday in here and we'll call it good?
oh no, but I will draw him ready to wrestle.
All right, let's do it.
For anybody who doesn't understand that, I am running a Pathfinder 2 campaign, and basically, Burning was just requested to draw the character he built yesterday.
Yep.
Oh, do I still have the feat that lets me wrestle people bigger than me too? Because that was a feat. This might actually just be my character.
Nice. Some kind of loot on that. That was from Con.
Yep, I do have it. So yeah, this is just my himbo lion.
Himbo Lion, Jeebus.
I know you don't care for the term himbo, Rook, but it's in the cultural lexicon, for better or worse.
I just don't think Rook fully understands what it means.
I don't care. It's really the long and short of it. It's one of those things where, like, me growing up calling someone a bimbo would get you slapped real hard. and now it's become like a kitschy thing to say because the roles have been reversed, which is fine. It's just like, it's weird.
Oh, it is weird. I always feel a little weird about it too. But I also just like the way it sounds.
All right. How to wizard this bear? That's the question. There's always a market for drawing bears. Yeah, that's true too. Someone look up bears boinking cars and see if that's taken on Reddit. We'll get another avenue going.
Does not exist.
Starting a new niche. Here we go. I might. I might make this a bust. I might not draw the bottom half of the bear.
I always give him the classic a staff of flame.
Oh, I was just gonna have his finger
Staff
on
of fire.
fire. Do bears have toe beans?
I believe they do.
I think they do.
Yeah, they have very distinct hand and foot pads.
Okay. Burp. If you're a flame wizard, maybe drapery is not the way to go.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm a paper wizard. I learned a new spell. Oh
I mean, tell that to Chandra.
That's fair.
I have
God,
a very
England.
stupid question to ask. What is HOA?
Homeowners Association?
Okay, thank you. I was like, what is that? I don't understand.
Himbo on
It was
attack?
a pitch.
In reference to what? I guess is the real question.
I think it is homeowners association in this context. So it was a picture of like when you hate your homeowners association, nothing's
Oh.
better than installing a 7,000 plus capacity bat roost in your backyard,
Okay. Yeah,
and
that
they
makes sense.
legally and they will complain about it, but they legally can't do anything about it.
I specifically didn't join a homeowners association, and
Yeah.
now I don't have to mow my yard.
They don't exist here. Like, I mean, if they do, it's in Lavore, Lexington.
Speaking of which, I need to mow my yard later. What if he's just on fire? What if it's just on fire all the time?
The Great Sun Bear.
just is on fire.
Typing in Fire Bear. Let's see what pops up.
Louisville renters in an HOA. I hate this neighborhood. Yeah. Resident.
Yeah.
Do you need eyes? Even if everything is going to happen, you could fight blindfolded. Oh, what? I missed where that was for. Yeah, one of my friends had a house in a homeowners association, and they would like come by and yell at him because his grass was too tall. Like he just cut it, and they're like, "No, you need to cut that lower." And he's like, "I'm not buying a new lawnmower for the 1/8 of an inch that you think my grass is too tall. You can go fuck yourself."
Go jump in a lake, Karen.
Yeah, I think that like homeowners associations don't necessarily have to be bad, but there are so many people who go just batshit crazy with the power that they have a real bad rap.
I mean, that being said, there's also a. I made the joke about not mowing my yard because I'm actively not mowing my yard. I'm letting it grow out in the back, and in the front I'm dealing with it. But like, my neighbors have like an air conditioner in their front yard.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah. Right, like HOAs exist to protect a neighborhood's property value,
Yeah.
right? So they exist for a reason. They're not necessarily evil. Just in application, generally, people suck.
Yeah, generally people suck. That's probably a good way to put it. What's some good firefighting gear? I'm just gonna give him like a jacket. I don't know how to draw this bear. I don't know what to give him for clothes.
Fire.
I tried that. I drew the fire. I drew him wearing fire.
A little torch bikini.
I'm gonna make him real skinny because I think that'll be funny.
Give them a fire rake.
A fire rake? What?
Yeah, they're like big, thick rakes.
Ah, okay.
I just trying to remember my forestry training thing I had to go through.
I remember in high school, I was like, forestry class, I like trees. And then halfway through that class, I was like, I don't fucking care anymore. Nothing about this class is interesting to me. It's probably not true. I could probably get a lot more out of it now.
Yeah, probably.
We had a lot of like conservation classes and that less classes, more or less once a month, little things to get out of class to go to.
Gotcha. At one point, I worked with the Idaho Forestry Service to try to model fire patterns. I jumped off that project real fast.
It was that bad, huh?
No, they just didn't want to pay us.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, could you drive to Coeur d'Alene, which was a few hours away from the college, and teach us a class twice a month for free? And I was like, no. I'm not doing that.
So, this is like the fourth time I've heard Coeur d'Alene in the past week and a half.
It's because there's only 4 cities in Idaho. There's Boise, Lewiston, Coeur d'Alene, Twin Falls. There we go. I couldn't think of the last one.
I would
And the
argue
reason they came
Pocatello.
up,
Pocatello,
3 times
yeah. Pocatello is like 15 people live there.
Pocatello is like the only city in southeast Idaho.
Oh my god, I totally thought Pocatello was in northern Idaho. I lived there for a long time. I don't know where Pocatello is. I've never been there.
Well, yeah, you lived in like northern Idaho. Why would you go to southeast
No,
Idaho?
I lived in the Boise region for 20 years. Never
Okay,
went to
but-
Pocatello.
I mean, okay, that's fair. Pocatello is just a smaller Boise.
but like,
I've been to Burley more than I've been to Pocatello.
the other 3 reasons I've heard Coeur d'Alene is not particularly good reasons because of an event that was happening there this past week.
Yes, we are all aware
Yeah,
of the
like
shitty,
really-
crazy people. If you really want to get touchy about it, like, it used to be the, I don't know if it's Coeur d'Alene, maybe it was Coeur d'Alene. Used to be the like, home of the KKK.
It was KKK.
Yeah. It was real bad. It was real bad. Pocatello, past Burley. Oh, it's past Burley. Okay. You go there if they shut down the Tremont Interstate bypass. Ah, that did happen once, and I decided to just not take the trip I was going to take. So, yeah. I don't think I've ever been to Pocatello. I don't think I've ever actually been to Pocatello.
I'm really curious about this place. I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, like I said, Pocatello is like southeast, like that valley. It's the Mordor city.
The Mordor City. It's
There.
also about the same size as my college cell.
So if you're in Idaho and you're in Boise, because Boise's like the biggest city in Idaho,
Isn't it
the
the
capital,
capital?
if you will. If you go one direction, it turns into just desert. If you go another direction, it's hills and then desert. If you go the other direction, it's like lush forests and then desert. So the only way you can go from Boise is north. And you follow the river and it turns into a rocky hellscape. And then a nice forest. So it's nice. I like it. It also has a shit ton of people that were like, fuck y'all governments, I'm gonna go make my own thing. And that's mostly northern Idaho.
A home of weird Christian communes.
Those do exist.
And militia groups.
And militia groups.
Yeah.
Once again, all the people that were arrested, though, because of the thing you were talking about, the people that
Yeah.
were arrested in Coeur d'Alene, were not from Idaho.
Yeah.
They came to Idaho, which is fine.
From there.
No, not almost all of them were from out of state.
Yeah, to be credit, or to give credit to the people of Coeur d'Alene, they've dealt with shitty people before,
Yeah.
and every time the residents have been like, no, we hate you.
Coeur d'Alene is effectively just a bunch of people moved to Coeur d'Alene to get away from everybody, and it was really nice. So all the Californians moved there, and now we're at the second generation of that. So it's owned by a bunch of old retired Californians.
So it's like Miami.
It's almost like Miami, but in the mountains. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's very posh, but rustic.
Geriatrics everywhere.
So I'm hoping in like 20 years, maybe a lot of them will move and or die, and then I can buy some place up there, and then I will own it. But not looking.
Age take its course.
Yep. Not looking good.
Yeah, I was like saying, why have I heard this name before? Coeur d'Alene. Oh yeah, Rook has mentioned it a few times.
Yeah. No, I used to live up there. I have friends that lived up there. One of the projects I worked on. So essentially, what happened is Coeur d'Alene has a nice lake and it's awesome. And all of these people that moved up there were like, "Hey, we want lakefront property." And there's no lake. And they're like, "What if we made our own lake? Let's do that." And so now they just built a small dam, and now the lake is bigger. The problem is when you do that, it throws the ecosystem into complete disarray, and now there's horrible algae blooms every 4 years, which are toxic and kill everything. So part of the project I worked on at the University of Idaho was basically those people were paying us to model it, take all the data, because they had data from 10 different science groups, and they're like, "Can you compile this in a way that we can look at it and show people and be like, hey, look at this stuff we fucked up?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So we did that. But yeah, no, Coeur d'Alene, I think Coeur d'Alene was part of the big silver mining and gem mining long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, it was definitely a mining town.
So there's a lot of old Western gold rush lore to Coeur d'Alene. So it has that very kind of old Westerny feel, but then it was bought by a bunch of Californians and just exists as it is now.
I was literally spelling it wrong. It's literally a French name. Okay.
Yeah. Coeur d'Alene. Idaho is the gem state. Because...
Not the potato state.
Not the potato state. Even though there are more cows and potatoes than people. Gem state. Dr. Random, hello. Espen, hello. Oh, there's probably multiples, but Idaho was just a big mining town for a long time, and then it became agriculture.
Is it still true that most Idaho potatoes are not grown in Idaho?
You think they are?
I don't think that's ever been true. I thought Idaho potatoes were just one brand of potatoes from Idaho.
Well, there are russets, and that's it. That's all I know.
My understanding was that in the 90s, pretty much anybody who grew russet potatoes sold them as Idaho potatoes.
I don't know about that. I honestly don't know. I know Simplot was a big proponent of selling potatoes, and he was also into genetically engineering potatoes. And so McDonald's, for a long time, the patent that makes French fries at McDonald's so crispy is owned by Simplot, or was at the time. So if you wanted crispy restaurant fries, you bought them from Idaho. So Idaho potatoes made the best fries, was the thing for a long time. Because they were genetically grown that way.
Yeah.
But no, I mean that was one of the big staples. There was a huge dairy. Lots of dairy production across Idaho, and the Marigold plant was in or Dairy Gold. I don't remember. They might be the same packing factory. Was in Idaho, in Boise, and then potatoes were pretty famous for a long time, and yeah, that was it. That was the only thing in Idaho was potatoes and cows. And when I was younger, sure enough, when I told people I was from Idaho, they're like, "Is it true that there's more cows than people?" And I was like, yeah, I had to look it up. It's true. So I don't know if it's true anymore, but lots of dairy. Who knows? I say as my grandfather owned a cattle farm. cows. We got cows. So I gave this bear a necklace and he's lighting his pipe. That's as far as I got. I'm here for the potato lore. Fair enough, Hashy Brown. You know, it is what it is.
I know, like, agriculturally was more southeast and south to some degree southwest Idaho. Like, most potatoes were grown in the Salt Lake Valley, or not Salt Lake Valley, Snake River Valley.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was gonna say there's not a lot that grows well in the Salt Lake Valley.
No, not Salt Lake.
That's
Different
my
valley.
neck of the woods. Yeah, that's my neck of the woods.
Okay, I think I'm going to call that one there. I'm going to move on to the next one. I really like Idaho in parts. But the Idaho I grew up in is different now. So,
I think it is a beautiful place.
yeah.
That is the extent of my opinion.
Mutation Warrior, half-orc. If Pathfinder is permitted. Yep, Mutation Warrior.
Oh, absolutely.
Who did that one? Niluz. Niluz?
Mutation Warrior, is that an alchemist?
That's what I'm gonna draw. I assume it's an archetype for fighter with mutations, like with a mutagen.
That makes sense. That's a class I haven't gotten to play yet and always wanted to.
Yes, it is a fighter archetype. Flexing, is it Barbarian? Oh. Got the weird thing that Kentucky has a state fossil.
What does that mean? Like they find the same type of fossil, or they just have one and they're like, "This
There's
is
just
it."
a large number of common fossils, and it's a clam.
Gotcha.
Well, it's a brachiopod, which is just a bivalve clam thing.
Oh, I thought it was going to be something cool like a geoduck.
No.
In Kentucky?
I mean, I bet Utah probably has a cool state fossil. Velociraptor.
The Utah Raptor?
Yeah, velociraptors are in Mongolia.
Oh.
And they're tiny.
And they're tiny. They are literally the size of turkeys. They're about 6 feet long, but they're about as tall as a turkey. And most of their length, half of their length is tail.
What's a Hagerman horse?
Yeah, the raptors in Jurassic Park were loosely based off Utah raptors.
Yeah.
Oh, the weird zebra donkey horse.
They had toes, I believe, instead of hooves.
I'm seeing hooves.
All right, well, I'm thinking of something else then.
I think I know what you're thinking of, Rook. Had like 3 toes.
Yeah.
On the front, and I think 2 or maybe 4 in the back. I don't remember. I can't remember what it's called either, though.
Idaho also has, I just remembered this, and I'll tell you why I'm salty about it. Birds of prey, like lots of hawks and eagles and such. And it was really funny because when they were doing like the state quarters and stuff, our governor was like, "Yeah, we're gonna have this," and they put a peregrine falcon on it, and everyone's like, "The fuck." Like, we were all making jokes about, like, oh, they're just going to put a potato on it. And then they put a bird on it. And we're like, the fuck are you doing? Where's the potato? We all wanted the potato. And,
That's hilarious.
Idaho has one of the largest, like, off-spray reserves or protected areas. And I totally forgot about that. Like, it's just, you just don't think about it because it's so far.
Interesting.
Out in the middle of
Yeah,
nowhere.
like, Idaho was very instrumental in saving the Peregrine Falcon. So, like, there's a reason to put it on the quarter.
People from
But it should have
Idaho
been a
wouldn't know
potato.
that.
It should have been a potato.
It should have been a potato.
I say, as a former Idaho resident.
God, do people remember when they started making state quarters?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a map of them.
Okay, just making sure. God, I think that was like 2000s, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's old.
20 years ago.
I think I actually started like in the late 90s, like 99. I think that's when it started.
I cannot draw faces right now. I've been drawing too many bears. I guess it's supposed to be a mutagen with right? It's just... Oh, I see what's happening. I have two different face angles going on here. Flesh warper. There we go. That looks better.
Oh man. State food of Idaho, huckleberry potatoes.
Okay, huckleberries are amazing.
Never had a huckleberry.
You're missing out.
They're slightly poisonous if you eat them raw, right? Don't you have to cook them?
No, I've never cooked them. I mean, I have cooked them. Like huckleberry pancakes is pretty good. Huckleberry jam, but no, we used to just go pick them and eat them.
Interesting.
Mm.
Must be something else I'm thinking of then.
No, there's a thing called. Because looking at the picture they have, it kind of looks like this thing we have around here called poke. And they got berries like that, and you can't eat the berries.
There are a lot of poisonous things in Idaho. Like there's the what are the red berries called?
And you,
You ever eaten a blueberry and just been like, oh, it tastes like shit?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Huckleberries taste like what I think blueberries should taste like.
Oh.
Like if you look at a blueberry and you're like, ooh, that's going to be sweet and delicious, that's a huckleberry. When you eat a blueberry and it's like, oh, that's tart and just kind of tastes like butt. Neat. I'll keep eating these.
I think it's what most people like when they expect like deep blackberries, like wild
Yeah.
ones. They're like, oh, they're gonna be really sweet, and I was like, no, they're like punch you in the face tart.
I love
That's why we
blackberries.
add a lot of sugar to them when we cook them. First off,
I don't
Kentucky,
think-
our state beverage is not milk; it's mint julep. Okay. Jeez. Milk.
I think.
milk.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys just drink milk, right?
Yeah, totally. It's also Idaho's state beverage is milk.
Once again, dairy farmers.
Yup.
Makes sense.
2 of my aunts were dairy queens.
Back when they had.
That's a thing. I think one of my aunts was also like the tractor queen, but I don't know.
Tractor queen.
There's a whole bunch of weird shit. Maybe that was someone else. I was thinking of someone else. I remember that now.
And of course, state mineral is the coal.
What's number 19? Oh, number 19. We're actually past that. Reroll.
Wow, we actually got through a lot.
I mean, we started with like 27 and we're down to 16 now, so with four people drawing, that's pretty good. Number 1, opposite of the dice. Simic Hybrid Gloomstalker.
Oh, cool.
That's it.
I have not drawn that many, so I am still surprised that we have gotten through that many.
Yeah, but you provide quality.
I think you mean obsessive compulsive disorder. I provide obsessive compulsive disorder.
I think we've added a couple since I started streaming.
I know someone mentioned one. I don't know if they actually suggested.
Did I miss one in the chat? I'm sorry. Maybe there should be a food channel on the Discord. I could add that. We've had so many different channels. Would that be an art, though, or would that be something else?
I don't know. It feels like you just pared down the number of channels.
I did, yeah. I cut it down a bunch.
Lots of Kobold talk.
I also need to set up the roles and checks into the thing. Cough, cough, Dalcor. Cough, cough, cough. I don't know how to do it because I'm incompetent.
Alcor, do it for me.
Apparently it's already set up. We just haven't actually activated it. So, and when I say we, I mean Dalcor, because Dalcor is the mastermind behind making everything function.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any suggestions in the actual chat.
Okay. Have the bird hold a potato. Visionary lack of vision. Yeah, like, man, it's such a boring coin design, which is very much Idaho's political landscape. just like Idaho's about as I want to say libertarian as you get. Just like, I don't know, I voted for him and then I stopped paying attention. They'll figure it out. And then as soon as someone says anything about like doing anything, they're like, I gave you power to govern, but not me. Govern other people. It's like everybody that lived in Texas moved to Idaho because Texas was too liberal. It's like...
That's a very funny sentence to me.
Yeah. I mean, I really think that's what it is. Idaho was basically founded on people that just did not want anyone to fucking deal with them. Like, stay away from me. I don't want to see you. I'm just everyone do your own thing. Nobody deal.
A state of introverts.
Yeah.
One of my favorite Idaho anecdotes is that the name Idaho has no meaning, but the guy who submitted it to be called Idaho, like, said it was an indigenous name.
Yeah, we were named after. The name was a goof. Like, so.
Yeah.
This sounds indigenous, and then the government's like, yeah, good enough. It's like, no one checked that. Not one single person checked that. Awesome. Great job.
Well, like, Kentucky is, like, the same way, but it's based off, like, it roughly translates as Land of Our Fathers, but it was, like, anglicized, so it's, like, not correct how you say it.
Are we having a contest to see who has the most fucked up state name?
No, that would be Texas.
I rolled a 5.
A 5. Warforged Illusionist Wizard.
Oh, Cloaking Warforged.
The idea of mysteroing, I don't know what that word is supposed to be.
Mysterio?
That could be it. It could be mysterioing yourself. That would make sense. To being human is interesting to me. That's a cool idea. I like that. So, a cloaked warforge. I do like that idea. I don't know how I'm going to mutagenize this orc. I guess it's a half orc, but still.
Okay, I don't know how I'm gonna Eldritch Knight this Hobgobbo.
You want to trade?
At this point, what are you gonna do to it? How am I gonna finish yours?
Just give my eyebrows.
Boo.
Big old eyebrows.
And then you take credit for all of my coloring work.
Look what I've done. So much green. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Which makes sense. I get that.
It took me a while to find, like, where's this at?
Yeah, I was trying to find some of the other ones because I basically wrote them all down, so I could put them on a list and chart them. But then now I can't find them. I can't find them anymore.
Because as of now, there are 29 listed, and we've done a lot. Well, y'all have done a lot.
Both of your plights can be answered with tentacles. Just more tentacles. No, that's fair.
So I imagine one of them you said no to immediately.
Why you gotta move the curtain? Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Of course. If you don't talk about it, people don't know about it, and then it's not an issue.
And you clearly removed the herring gone, because we all know you don't like rabbits.
I actually don't know if I saw that one. I might have to look now.
It's
Maybe don't say it.
honest.
Maybe stop talking. Maybe just be quiet. Why are you doing this to me?
shining spotlight on it.
You're calling me out on my own channel. And now I actually have to look up what you're talking about now because I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Honestly, I don't know what you're talking about now. No, I'm like, I have to find this.
Don't worry about it then.
I guess so. Weird. Whatever. All right. How's everybody doing in chat? Everybody smash that F key in chat if you're awake. Is the F key important, or is it just because it's like the prime key?
I don't know.
I don't know where F in chat came from. F. Thank you, Norman. Corvus, David, yes. Garrett, how's it going? Dying from the heat at 105 now. Ugh.
Yeah.
Blah. so sorry. I hope everyone is doing okay in the heat. I gotta say, it's been very strange here. Like, it's legitimately cold, and I don't know what's going on. I turned off my heater about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and I almost turned it back on this weekend. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, it's pretty rough right now.
This has been the nicest spring in Utah memory. Last week it was a little hot. It got into the 90s. This whole week is supposed to be in the mid 70s.
You must have got all y'all's terrible heat out here.
Canada's just pushing all that heat down.
Yep.
Okay, that's good. That's good enough.
That's pretty good. Except it doesn't have eyebrows. Where's his eyebrows?
Yeah, where are the giant
Where are the
eyebrows?
giant
He shaved them.
with the sword? Just whip whip. Snicker snack. What's that? That's my Vorpal eyebrow remover.
You got to be careful though. If you do too good a job, you might take an ear off.
Thing is, my phone said it's 93, but everywhere else says 105. Your phone don't know shit.
Well, my phone says it's 92, but the real feel is 104.
Oof.
And that's with like 50% humidity.
Do air conditioners work in your neck of the woods?
I mean, we have it
Oh, okay.
on. It's just that's outside.
Gotcha. I grew up without air conditioning. Actually, the air conditioner I have stuck in my window right now is the first time I've like owned and lived in a place with air conditioning.
Well, that's because Idaho, you can just go to where it's shaded and it's
Yeah,
fine.
like-
'cause I don't think they get above 5% humidity.
Yeah, at 105 outside, it's just like, oof, don't go outside. But inside's fine. It's just like, it's hot in here, I guess. I'm going to sweat today. My friend was one of 8 kids, and so his bedroom was in the garage.
Ooh.
Like, they just built a small room attached to their garage. And so we'd go over there, and when it was really hot, he had a little swamp cooler, which probably made it worse, to be totally honest. But that was probably the hottest it ever really got in Idaho. Was in a tiny room with 3 dudes and computers. It's like, it's hot. It's hot
Oof.
today.
Oh,
But it was
Leo
manageable.
alone.
It was manageable.
All right, what's 3?
3. A rogue ancestral barbarian bugbear. Well-groomed gentleman headhunter. Carries around an elaborate coffin of his mummified great papa. Oh no. And
That is a lot
big
of
axe.
things.
Yeah. So it's a rogue with a coffin with a dead guy in it with an axe.
And not just a single rogue, it is a barbarian rogue.
Barbarian rogue bugbear. Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot going on in this sentence.
Because it's the ancestral guardian bugbear. Or
Yeah.
Barbarian, Lord. Too many bees.
There's a lot going on there. It's a bugbear. Draw a bugbear.
That's okay. Yeah, I'll figure it out.
I'm just like picturing the guy from Jumanji.
That is disgruntled Bob.
Is it?
That's the person that suggested that one.
Oh. It's like,
See, there are a few I missed here. Hold on a second. That's a really good one.
Well-groomed gentleman means top hat.
or kid helmet.
Let me add some of these ones on here. I think they must have been added after the fact. But I'll add them on there. Oh, no, they're there. Okay. Never mind. Da, 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 da.
Look at this distinguished gentleman. Look how he's sitting.
Is that a TikTok thing?
Or just social media thing. I've seen it everywhere.
Should I make a TikTok about it?
I don't know. Sure.
Bugbear coffins can have to be pretty big.
It is a mummified grandpappy. So it could
Oh,
be like,
do I have to give him like a crazy Egyptian sarcophagus?
I mean, you could just give him like a bottle. I would give him a bottle with a mummified bugbear in it. Because bugbears are mostly fluff, you know?
That's fair. Canoptic jar would be much easier.
Big massive urn.
Oh, give him the Gara treatment.
Yep.
I was reading the Alchemist kit for Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and a bunch of the things that you can make, like the elixirs you can make, are drugs that all have addiction rolls to them. But then one of the other things you can make on a daily basis is an addiction suppressant, and I was just like, this could get really weird real fast. I'm not sure if that's what I want to do.
You could. Never mind. That pushes a bit too much on political talk.
How's everybody feeling? Is everybody going all right? We've been going for a while.
Surprisingly awake.
I kind of want to make some chicken nuggets. I could start those and then come back. Or we could call it for the day. I think we're still going pretty good.
Or something, I don't know.
I don't know if I want to go over to Twitch today. I might. I want to work on some video stuff, but don't know if being on Twitch would make that better or worse. Just a little sneezy, nice to listen to you, but I want to get some nuggies too. Yeah, I mean... Oh, if you want to get some nuggets, go eat. Yeah, I think I can do both. I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to take a quick break, because we have been streaming for 2.5 hours.
Commercial break.
We'll take a quick commercial break. Then we'll come back. See how many more of these we can finish today. I'm probably going to do 1 or 2 more, and then maybe we'll take a break. We'll take a break when the nuggets are done. How's that sound?
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll go to Twitch. So I'll be
Sounds
right
good.
back. I'll be right back, everybody. Hang tight. Hang tight.
If I was playing an Alchemist in first edition, this is part 1 of the goals I'll be heading towards. Seeing our talk on mummies.
I've always wanted to play mummies, or like DM a mummy encounter in Pathfinder. Never gotten around to it. But mummy rot is very interesting to me from a DM perspective.
What does it do? I haven't actually looked at mummies.
It is both a disease and a curse. It has a very high save, and somebody
like
who's
it.
somebody who's inflicted with it doesn't necessarily know that they're inflicted with it. They slowly basically just start to waste away, and as the disease progresses, they get weaker and weaker, and eventually it turns them into a mummy.
Oh. So it's kind of like same thing with like a ghoul
Yeah,
disease.
or a Varguli.
Yeah, Verguli. Because I know in second
Right.
edition,
Except that it
released-
the difference is that it as the disease progresses, it like presents as like leprosy.
Oh. Are you like a mindless mummy or like an intelligent mummy?
I think you become a thrall of the mummy who turned you.
Ah.
If or if they die, maybe you take their place. I don't know. I think it's mindless.
Yeah. Because there's a Rory mummy now in second edition, which is a lawful neutral mummy. Who went through the very painful process of self-mummification
Ooh,
through like meditation and fasting.
right. That now forbidden. Is it Buddhist sect?
Yeah, it was a very extreme form of, I guess you could say, way of obtaining enlightenment, because if it works and your body perfectly modifies, you're considered a Buddha.
Hmm.
At least how it is presented in Japan. There's probably different
Okay, we're back.
versions of it.
Welcome back.
I hope that commercial is entertaining for those of you who don't have ad block, and I don't know, maybe you'll buy a new truck. I assume that's what they're playing.
I mean, at least it's not an election year.
Oh god, that would make me so sad.
It's like, it's like, please stop.
Uh-oh, Magma Studio broke.
Ruh-roh.
Still working for me.
No,
Yeah, doing all right here.
Welcome back. Hold on a second, let me fix this. I don't want to continue. I just want to... No, I don't want to sign in with any of this. Please leave me alone. Please sign up to continue using. Well, this shit.
I had to re-sign in this morning as well.
Same.
Oh, you did.
But I was already logged in. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's today. It has had some difficulty remembering people already.
Who were you? Canada.
You've never been here before, right? Better sign in. Okay. I'm sorry, but the name you tried to sign in as is already taken. Shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The pop-up was blocked. Okay, there we go. Jiminy Christmas. What? Get the shit out.
Welcome.
Magma Studio are making me look like a fool. Not good. Why do I pay you money?
Yes. We must make Rook look like a fool so he'll give us more money.
Oh no.
I must have heard you say that you were going to go back to Aggie.
Yeah. There's two things I don't tolerate. People who make me pay money for shit I don't need, and people who make me look like a fool. I will spurn you.
Shun.
What's the story? I'll burn down that bridge and I will pee on the ashes. I think that's a saying.
Yeah, I've heard something to that effect before, yes.
I like saying we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. I don't know what else to do with an illusionist warforged.
Should have just made it look like a normal person.
Oh, that would have been good.
I am Dave. Dave the Wizard.
Is it kind of supposed to look like it has mirrors all over its body? If it does, that's a cool concept
Yeah.
to me. I'm a mirror robot.
What's a 2 get me?
Twice as much as one. One of my players is playing a Dryad Bard, Druid multiclass. She plays a harp, and her theme is cherry blossoms.
Pretty concise.
Cherry blossom Dryad Druid. You awake, Skip Cat? Oh
Food.
boy. He does this thing where he'll just start clawing the ground and like crawling across the floor.
So army crawling?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's actually the term for it. I just know it's called army crawling.
Weird cat.
Remember his time in the trenches of France.
I was gonna say, is that some history reference?
Yeah, World War One.
But I was gonna ask it in a specific reason to just call you a fucking nerd. Per our earlier conversation.
Oh. Well, you're a nerd.
You guys remember World War One? Fucking nerd.
I mean, I don't remember. I remember learning it.
Nerd.
Ain't some old fogey who lived through it.
Why on earth would you learn about something that has no bearing on your life?
I thought you were just gonna stop on why would you learn about something.
I wasn't as well singing. So.
No, that was just me having to stop and pause because my brain cannot do 3 things at once. No matter how much I try. I hope this is a dapper enough bugbear.
See, this is how I actually pictured Lord Esteros in Campaign 3. This is what I picture him as, like. Yes, I know he's an orc, but bugbears, orcs, one's just slightly more hairy.
Fucking racist, man.
Sure.
All bugbears look the same.
Well, right now he's like just wearing clothes and he has like mutton chops. It's like that's how I picture Lord Esteros is having mutton chops.
I need to head to bed. Enjoy your nuggies. Or just if you have a good night. Thank you, Alexander. We will catch you later.
Bye.
North Carolina and
Thanks for hanging
Tennessee.
out.
Yes, to be one state. Used to be one state. But got cut in half. And also originally called Franklin.
Ah, yes, I remember that.
What was that, cute cat? You sneezing? I got carpet dirt in my nose.
That's bunnies.
Your nose still itch? What's happening? Too much. Too much! Too much pets. Alright, I think I need to stop on this one. Move on to the next one. Can I get one more in before we call it, though? That's the question.
This will probably be my last one.
Can I get one more before Druid finishes? That's the real question.
Probably, because I still got to color this.
I think it was a shorthand for fail? Oh, shorthand for fail. Alright, let's
Talking
do
about the F.
Ah. We're slowly catching up.
Yep.
Alright.
I always thought F's in chat was just a reference to press F to pay respects.
Well, when did that start? Why would you press F to pay respects?
It was a button prompt in one of the Call of Duty games.
Oh. Conjuration Illusion Sorcerer. That's not a race. But I bet I can make something up. I know who that submitted that one. Step 1. Draw a dick.
As always start by drawing a penis.
I immediately know who requested this from what you're drawing. Let's see if I'm correct. Orange. Yep.
If you're gonna say the orange part out loud, then I don't even have to look.
Yeah. Corvus, your subtlety game is not on point today.
Well, there were several icons that had orange in it, okay?
I can't remember how to draw otters. I've forgotten what otters look like.
Like, is this supposed to be a capybara now?
It does look like a capybara.
Oh my god, it does.
Capybara wizard.
I mean, be a very chill wizard.
Do you want river otter or sea otter?
River
Or
otter. Wait,
capybara.
I could just draw a capybara. Now I've drawn a big old mouse, so I definitely need some help. Something very strange has happened. Press F to pay respects. All right.
Oh, that image is too big.
We there yet? I want to burn stuff. What? Treklord, what happened?
That was about burning bridges.
Oh. Draw a weasel plus water equal otter. I mean, yeah.
Dang it, Google, all of these images are too big for the Discord. There we go.
Oh boy! I'm just gonna delete this layer and pretend it never happened.
Sounds good.
We see nothing. That's very adorable water.
They got those tiny ears.
Almost non-existent ears.
I'm gonna give him a smoldering stare.
Here comes the smolder. This is kind of an off day for me.
What?
What is that from?
The Tangled?
Okay.
When Eugene gives Rapunzel the smolder and she looks at her lizard and is like, what the fuck?
It was a weird movie. It was good.
It was a very weird movie.
It was a weird movie.
Entertaining.
Sure.
Yeah, I've watched it.
I think it's worth a watch at least once.
Thinking from start me with a chameleon.
Chameleon.
Chameleon. Forgot about that channel.
Yeah, Z Frank's pretty great. Oh no, I didn't give him a wizard hat. How are people going to know he's a sorcerer? Oh wait, he's a sorcerer, not a wizard. What am I saying?
Yeah, sorcerers don't wear wizard hats. They wear sorcerer hats.
Which are fezzes.
Not a Time Lord.
Yes.
Fezzes are cool.
Though, I know it's supposed to be a sorcerer, I'm like getting noir detective vibes. From
Detective
Solar.
Otter?
Yep. Hard-boiled Detective Otter from wherever river otters live.
How about now? What if we give him the Tabasco hat?
What's the Tabasco hat?
Look up the summoner from Pathfinder. He's a very small gnome.
Oh, okay. I immediately know what you're talking about. Okay.
His figurine looks like a Tabasco bottle, and so one of my friends made a tiny gnome wizard, and he named him Tabasco. What did he name him? He named him Pico. Named him Pico. And then, yeah, that's the joke. And then painted his character to look like a Tabasco bottle, and it's super funny. But sure enough, it's the Tabasco hat.
Oh, that does. thought about playing a Cern, but that seems like a whole level of complicated to deal with. So I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, it really is. It's interesting because it's not the traditional, like, I have a pet, so on my turn I get extra stuff. It's like, on your turn, your pet does shit, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's like, you really have to play the pet, which is fun. I think it can be really cool. The Eidolons are really fun for customizing your own stuff. They wear a Valve hat. A Valve hat?
Also, the Mesmerist iconic hero, tag on his case, villain, wears a fez as well.
Technically, becomes real. Technically, an illusion made in the ethereal plane has a chance to become real. So there's a lore for being a living illusion, or for your parents to be an illusion. That's interesting.
Yeah, I found a homebrewed Warlock patron for one of those. Sounds like that's really cool.
An illusion patron?
Yeah, like a living illusion
Hmm.
as a patron.
It honestly looks like this is a wizard that got drunk at a convention and put a popcorn cup on their head.
It does a little bit.
You guys want to see me summon a dragon? No. Sit down.
Put your pants back on.
Put your pants down.
Dude, the bartender is going to kick you out if you don't stop.
Dirt wizards.
Alright. No more collar. I'm going to take the collar away. And I'm going to give him a tiny vest.
Little vesty.
Tiny otter vest. Cape. I feel like all illusory, magicians, wizards, sorcerers should all have, like, be kind of flamboyant. Because it's only going to help your magic, you know?
Oh, totally.
If you're like, gonna make the coin disappear, sleight of hand, and then cast the magic, it's like, boom, what up now?
They definitely have the, like, Las Vegas magician vibe going on, and or Fashion Week runway model walk. Like, look at me. Explosion of purple glitter behind background.
Pa! I really do think glitter bomb should be a spell.
I mean,
Spray fire?
prismatic spray.
Yeah, I guess all of that.
Prismatic spray. You want damaging?
An alchemist casting prismatic spray is just a shit ton of glitter. Not an alchemist, but a
Artificer?
artificer. Yeah, that's not magic. It's just a bunch of little metal flecks.
Oh my gosh, it's in my eyes! It's in my eyes!
They got
Oh,
one.
it burns.
They got one specially for werewolves. It's just silver glitter.
Oof. Silver is not just toxic to werewolves, by the way.
I know, but it'll turn you purple.
So, Pathfinder 2E alchemists cannot cast spells, but as one of their alchemist things they can do in the morning is prepare a deck of cards that can cast infinite cantrips. So it's like, so they do have all the cantrips. It's like, no. They can make alchemical cards with cantrips on them. Otters don't wear pants. I mean, prove to me that he's wearing pants. Those living spells are quite interesting. They have potential for interesting characters and insults. Like, your father was a vicious mockery. That's pretty funny. I like that. Source engine jokes. Okay, yeah, so... But why a sorcerer? I get the valve hat. I like the valve hat. Just put like a valve on the back of the head. But our source coders... Sorcerers? Oh, is that the joke? I get it now. I understand.
I definitely needed you to explain it for me to get it.
Yeah. I had to work it through.
It's always funny when someone has to explain the joke.
I would never have gotten there on my own. I am just saying. I'm sorry, I'm not computer savvy enough.
No, it's okay. I just got it as well.
It's a good joke.
It is.
We just had to walk a little to get there.
I'm gonna get my chicken nuggets. I'll be right back.
Chicken nuggies.
My brush is getting some weird lag, which is really slowing me down. Oh, natural linen is nice, but I think pink shirt. That's too pink. Let's go. There we go. Oh, I forgot this was supposed to be Rogue Barbarian. I just leaned into the Dapper so hard.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's, you know... Man, friend. Well, it's really hot. We've talked about that. Like, barbarians don't have to be the big broody dum-dums.
Yeah.
Barbarians.
They can be the big happy dum-dums.
Did you guys watch... Oh, what was it called? Shoot. There is a show about Bruce Lee's life as a action movie. What the hell's it called? I mean, it's not actually Bruce Lee. It's got its own story, but like, it was the movie that Bruce Lee wanted to make, and so it was made in homage to his life, I guess is a better way to say it.
Do you mean Ip Man?
No. Ip Man's good though. It's on Netflix, I think. Maybe it wasn't on Netflix. Maybe it's on Amazon.
I think it's also on Hulu.
Because I was going to say, Ip Man was the man who taught Bruce Lee.
It's just called Warrior, I think.
I have not seen it.
Yep. It's really good. I really, really like it. It was made on Cinemax. Weird. It's on HBO. Okay. But no, like there's a great sequence on like the series finale of the main character with nunchucks. It was awesome. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, there's a guy in there.
No idea.
There's a guy in there who's representing like the Irish workers, because it's taking place in, I think, New York. But like the Chinese immigrants and the Irish immigrants are like fighting over like who should be here. And the main character is this huge big burly guy, not the main character, the main villain. Big burly Irish dude who's very like gentlemanly and dapper, and then just beats the living shit out of people, and he's terrifying. And it's a really good. I really like him as a villain. But it's a good barbarian archetype for me. It's just like the gentleman brawler. I think is really fun.
The way you're describing it makes me think like, is Rick thinking of Gangs of New York?
No. But it's the same time frame. Like that's a good analogy.
Okay.
This is more about the it's good.
Okay. I'll have to look into it. You mentioned those alchemical cards. I did notice like a few things for like Rogue and Swashbuckler with cards as well. It's like, are they trying to let people turn to Twisted Fate or whatever that league character's called?
Yeah, maybe.
Or, they could just be trying to give people options to play Gambit.
Or that, yeah. Cause I know there was like an option that popped up for me, like for like a diversion, and I had to have a deck of cards. It's like, so I'm just like, what? Throwing out cards.
How do you want to create the diversion with that deck of cards? I throw it at them. What? Throw the whole deck at them.
50 card pickup. Just...
You can't throw anything like a rock, though. That won't work. It has to be a deck of cards.
Yep.
God, that was a really good show. I really enjoyed that show.
I'm coming in here with the Oh god, I just forgot his name. Henry Cavill. Deck of mischief.
Oof. Yeah, my brain is just about done.
Yeah, I think I'm getting there.
Essentially, yeah.
Am I mixing up 3 different shows again? I'm trying to find this and now I'm losing my mind.
Oh no.
I mean, let's be fair though, with the whole card thing. Cards have been a pretty cool thing for a while.
Or are you thinking of the not Jet Li movie, but Bruce Lee movie?
Nope. There we go.
The only Jet Li movie I know of is The One.
Is that the name of the movie? The one?
I believe
Yeah,
so.
that's a good movie too.
Oh.
It's like Highlander, but kung fu and space time.
I know Hero.
The Ip Man movies are Jet Li. No, they're not. Never mind. They're Donnie Wan, I think.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I should probably watch more Kung Fu movies. I really enjoy them, but just I'm not consuming media right now.
That's fair.
Was it also Gambit from like New Orleans or somewhere?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just vaguely remember like a very deep southern New Orleans accent.
Yeah, he was very, very specifically Creole.
I can't keep up with all the X-Men and Marvel heroes.
I never really liked Gambit, but I understood him a lot. He is a little bit of a disaster.
I mean, that's probably why some people like it.
And probably.
Otters would make great monks, small, hands hard to hit. Abs and rocks only. Yeah, absolutely. Hashtag go check out my Otterfolk video. I completely agree with you.
Try to punch it in the ribs and hit its otter pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Break your knuckles on a stone. I had an actual otter pop the other day and could not stop thinking about your video.
I have a whole box of them on my fridge. And I just put some of them in at the same time, at once, so I don't eat all of them.
Yeah, smart.
That must be like a Western thing. Never heard of them.
Yeah, they're basically like freezy pops. They have always come in like a plastic tube the way Go-Gurt does.
Okay.
Except they've been around for about 4 times longer than Go-Gurt.
I'm a fan of Push Pops.
Otter
Like
Pops,
orange
Popeyes, Mr. Freezy.
Yeah, it's all the same.
It's all the same.
I would agree in front of that is not twinning kick.
I accidentally created a Pop at Hydra in Hero Forge. Oh no. Oh no.
Accidentally on purpose?
That's the good question. Accidentally on purpose?
Yeah, accidentally air quotes or actually accidentally.
I done did a thing.
I'm gonna do an internet.
I'm definitely winding down here. I think we had a good
Yeah.
day.
Same.
I'm done.
I am going to give this little otter folk some pants. Because I think it's
I mean,
funnier.
it's not like y'all done like almost 20 drawings today.
Yes, we did a lot. We did a lot. Thanks again, everyone, for hanging out today. Thank you for your suggestions. I'm going to take away his pants now that I have. And I'm going to give him a tail. Because I forgot about the tail. Whoop.
He can have pants and a tail.
I don't want him to. But yes. Good job. Great job today. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to start working on some more video stuff. That might not come out till next week, this weekend. I'm not sure. But I'm going to work on that. Check out our TikTok if you haven't checked out the TikTok yet. As well as the Twitch.
Right.
Yeah, Twitch. I might be on Twitch a little later today. Most likely I'll just get back to work, so probably be on there pretty soon. I got the hiccups now. It's probably a good time to call it. I'm gonna go finish up my lunch, and then we'll get back to working on that stuff. And that's all I got. Check out the Patreon page if you haven't checked out the Patreon page yet, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks everybody. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table. We'll catch you next time. Bye. How'd that Reddit do? Oh yeah, there's also a Reddit. It's not going well. No one's posting to it. I don't know what to make them post for it. So check out the Reddit page. It's r/Rookzer0 Have fun with that. Bye everyone.
I just don't know what to post on it.
Yeah, I don't either. That's kind of the problem.
I'm not like a big Reddit person.
It's really hard for me to end the thing when you keep talking. Bye everybody. Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't know what to add.